Hey, happy Sunday, everybody. Good morning to you if you're watching this early in the morning. Mark again here, WeatherMan Plus. Now, as you know, what we just had this past weekend, we still have this second monster storm coming, and this one's always showed more strength, guys. And not only that, there's a potential for right after that for this upper level load coming in deep southwest and come across the south and bring a potential snow and maybe ice and freezing rain across Texas. If you've never been here before, hello, my name is Mark. I do upload every single day, just not Friday from sundown to sundown Saturday. That's Sabbath. I always keep you informed and updated right before Sabbath starts, just like what happened over this weekend. I'll put as much updates as I can for you guys. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. I am all year long. Make sure you hit that like button while you're there. Guys, if you never shared a video before ever, please, I need you to share this one. I have so much information to show that this one's could be a repeat of what we just had, plus this potential ice coming to Texas. We need to inform others of what's coming. For all those families that's been impacted by what happened this weekend, God bless you all. Please click on a special message I have, links in the description. All my links are always in the description. Click on a timestamp. I have a prayer for you and your family for protection, and I hope the best for you all. I feel your pain. Now I'm going to put this link in there as well so you can zoom in and see where these tornadoes was. We had 36 tornadoes all the way from 7 p.m. Friday all the way to 4:30 a.m. on Saturday morning for Mississippi. But all you got to do is go to them and zoom in, and it lets you zoom all the way in to where you can see where these tornadoes was. Was it over a town? Was it over open field? And it even gives you a description of what the destruction was. Click on the link if you want to check it out. This is by Jordan Hall on Twitter, and this was in Monette, Arkansas with the nursing home, first on the scene. Warning, I don't know if you're going to see anything in this rubble that they're not showing, that we don't know what you're looking at, so you might see things you don't want to see. Link in the description. Also, drone footage from Mayfield, Kentucky. This is by Live Storms Media. Y'all guys know I always support these people. They are very good at getting the drone footage on everything that happens. And this one is of Mayfield, Kentucky. It does show you everything that's been going on. Link in the description. It's a pretty long video. He has a bunch of videos on his channel. And I got this one for you as well. This is showing what it was like downtown at first light when everything lightened up and everybody was able to go around and see what the damage was. It was catastrophic, guys. Also, link in the description from Mitchell Knight. This is said to be the tornado that actually went through Kentucky. Nocturnals are the scariest. Link in the description. Look at it compared to the size of that car. Now this atmospheric river on the west coast is still happening for the next few days, guys, and I'm still showing a land cane. If you don't know what land cane is, it is a storm that is as strong as a hurricane. I'm not showing Cat 2. I'm showing that the highest winds have been around 110. It has come down to around 105, 108. But it's a Category 1 hurricane, and it's bringing 70 and 80 miles per hour wind gusts after it does 100, over 100 in Colorado. For today, you still have the marginal and the slight risk for flash flooding because this upper level low is still dropping to a deep trough, and this is going to go on for a few days. And I know that you're in a drought. I know this is a good thing to get. It might be too much at one time. For tomorrow, this is going to move further south down California. You got a big marginal in this green, and now you got this slight risk in this yellow for flash flooding for tomorrow. And on Tuesday, it's going to go even further down to Southern California with a marginal and a slight risk for flash flooding. But you can see here all day today, a lot of snowfall in the higher elevations, a lot of rain. Then as you go into tomorrow, it's going to keep going further south while you're still getting some in Oregon, some in Washington. Then as you go into Monday, it's going to keep going further south. And that's where you're going to get the most precipitation and the most snowfall, especially in the higher elevations. So it's definitely coming all the way until Tuesday for sure. I'd watch out for Wednesday also, guys. And the precipitation will start to add up by the time you get into Monday and Tuesday. It will start to be heavy amounts. Now you can see here the pattern that we're into, the storm that's leaving now that affected the northeast, and that next storm still coming. It's been showing it for a few days, and it's been showing it very powerful, especially on the Euro. But you can see how it's going to come to it comes to a trough on the southwest, then it curves up, and this is where it gets a lot of the vorticity, a lot of the damaging winds, and then it goes up towards Canada, brings them a lot of damaging winds, ice, snowfall, everything. While we get this next system that will be an upper level low over the southwest for a couple of days, bringing precipitation, bringing moisture to the south, and then finally coming up towards Texas sometime with a cold air pocket with it. So it could be bringing some snow and some ice or freezing rain. So when you pull out the cyclone locations within the next 15 days, I haven't whipped this out in quite some time, hurricane season being gone, GFS is showing that it will be a mild system, but there's a chance for it to be somewhat a strong system, where it still will be in between 980 millibars and 999. The Euro is just picking this up that this is going to immediately be super strong. It's going to come in that strong and get very intensified on the way up on this high ridge, and it's going to be very strong. It's going to be a 960 to a 979. And we actually been seeing 972, 979 for the last 3 to 4 days. So that is trending. Matter of fact, if you look at the ensemble locations, according to the GFS, you can see when it comes in, we will have two systems. We will have one that will go north into Canada. It will be a little clipper, bringing some snowfall, a lot of rainfall, because we're going to have a lot of high dew points, raise way up, bringing a lot of severe weather. But that second storm has a chance to be strong and then intensify, and this is according to the GFS. This is all the ensemble models. Majority of them show that it will be a 960 to a 979, strengthening up on the way up, just like the Euro showed, because we have this high ridge, just like what we just had. And here's the SpaghettiOs according to the Euro, and you can see their ensembles, almost all of them showing that it will start intensifying, especially by Wednesday afternoon, and it will go up to the Midwest and Canada, a very strong system. And there's a little bit of difference between the two. Now, if you look right here on the Euro, you can see how the deep trough comes in, and it brings a lot of snowfall, a lot of rainfall all down California. And it brings it also for Arizona. It goes towards New Mexico, Utah, Nevada, Colorado, Wyoming, Idaho, Montana. It hits the whole west side. But then it strengthens up to a 982 right on the 15th when it starts to go on that high ridge. You can see the isobar is very tight, bringing a lot of damaging winds with it. A lot of snow on the wraparound with these cold temperatures coming in, bringing this precipitation around because these storms go counterclockwise. Then it goes up and strengthens on a high ridge up to the Midwest to a 979 and 980, bringing a lot of severe weather with it and a chance for severe weather for Canada. Look, that carries over 979, 977, just strengthens up, puts massive snowfall in Canada, puts a lot of thunderstorms, probably got thunder snow going on, but a lot of ice, a lot of freezing rain, just a lot of impacts with this storm. Then after this storm goes up, we still have a lot of strong dew points coming up, and it's going to bring some severe weather, once again, from the Ohio Valley all the way down towards Arkansas. And this is on the 16th, and it will carry down all the way and just pretty much what we just had. And then the day after that is going to stay around the central U.S. and then go down to the south with another little cold front of a system. Potential nor'easter, but then again, that's a little too far. It's about 8 days away. I'm looking in the next 5 days at most, maybe 6 days. We got another one coming, guys. And you can see with the dew points, just like what we just had, we got some strong dew points coming in Tuesday into Wednesday, and this will raise way up into the Ohio Valley, almost to all the way Wisconsin, guys. The storms we just had, these 60s went to the southern half of Ohio Valley, and that was it. Look how much this is raising up. We're going to have the same thing that we just had. This is another strong system, another cold front coming down. And look at that. Now it's all the way from northern Illinois, all the way down towards Texas and Oklahoma. We got another line of severe storms coming. Look, it stretches all the way into Michigan as it comes down, so it grows. All this is in 60s, stays in 60s. Storms, then storms in the south the next day, stays in the 60s, then it comes down to the southeast. I think we got another multi-day event. Just to show you, it is trending. That was a Euro. This is a GFS. It's showing the same thing. You got 60s coming way up into northern Illinois. It don't show it as dense as Euro did show it, but you can see it right here. 60s coming way up. These 60s is what puts enough particulates in the atmosphere to create these thunderstorms. Of course, with the cold front coming in, all these very warm temperatures, tropical moisture coming in, the heat rises, you got your convection, you got your storms. And it does carry down the next day. A little bit further down Illinois than what Euro showed. This one shows is more like southern again, but you see it go all the way down to Texas and Oklahoma as it smashes down. And the second day, another event as it goes down to the southeast. So about the same. Euro shows a little bit more of the 60 dew points, but they're about the same. And here's the difference between the Euro and the GFS. You can see the GFS come in with deep trough, bringing all them storms, all the snow, all the problems. But it shows that it goes a little bit deeper. And then it goes up to another high ridge, 979. Same thing, Euro showing 979, 980. Then it's going to go up towards Canada, and it's still bringing that big freezing rain, ice, snow, thunderstorms. Then we got our line of storms. The next day, it don't show it as severe on GFS as the Euro. Now, if you remember, for the last week or so, I've been telling you about this storm around the 20th. And so far, the cold air around the 20th, according to GFS, it does bring cold air from the 20th into Texas with freezing rain, ice, and it does last there for quite some time. Now, GFS shows us in the next 5 days, you're going to get the heavy precipitation on the west coast. You're going to get an inch or two in northern Wisconsin and a possible inch go across from Illinois to southern Michigan. This is right before that possible ice threat. Then in 7 days, it brings the precipitation way down southern California. It just brings heavy precipitation after this big monster storm we're going to get again. The severe weather after that is still showing there's going to be a lot of rainfall on that cold front when it comes down. There will be a severe weather event. And the Euro is even agreeing, guys. I like it when the models do agree. It gives you a little more accuracy. Next 5 days, a lot of heavy precipitation coming down California. Light amounts across Ohio Valley and a little bit for northern Wisconsin. The next 7 days confirms goes way down California with the 1 to 3 and 4 and 5 inches of precipitation, while it still shows it for Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, lower half of Ohio Valley, about the same area. So this first storm will still come through, bring us some severe problems, and then the very next day is going to create that next storm for the central U.S., the Tennessee Valley, and come on down to the southeast. Now, GFS shows that within the next 6 to 7 days of your snowfall, still crazy amounts in higher elevation of California, especially northern California, anywhere from 5 to 6 and 7 feet. And on the way up, it could bring some snowfall, major snowfall for the New England states. And it does show there's a potential for 1 to 5 inches or more for Texas, New Mexico, a lot of snowfall for northern Arizona, Utah, Nevada, Idaho, everybody on the west side of the U.S. getting a lot of snowfall this next system because it's going to trough on down and go on a high ridge. The Euro shows about the same thing, even for the Northeast, a little bit lighter, but some major. And it shows for Texas is maybe a strip of some snow coming down. And that is around the 19th in the afternoon, guys. And the lowest that it shows for the Euro so far is that you will be on the edge of freezing a little bit, but more than likely be warmed up to where you won't get snow, you won't be getting ice with this next deep dip. But everybody else will be in the 20s, the teens for the Midwest, and 20s for the Northeast. Everybody else will be freezing. But once again, the Euro don't show any ice at all. And if you remember last time, that big ice threat we had for the Ohio Valley went on a high ridge and went into Canada. It looks like so far we have some for the Northeast, but a lot of it looks like it's still going to go towards Canada on this storm. And you can see the difference right here with GFS going from the 18th into the 19th. It starts bringing in freezing temperatures, and it gets a very cold pocket of cold temperatures from the upper level low that moves over Texas that I showed you, and it brings the freezing temperatures. That's why you have the chance for the snowfall. That's why you have the chance for the ice and freezing rain. The GFS confirms the freezing rain in the Northeast as well as all the freezing rain going into Canada, but it's also picking up a lot of freezing rain for Texas with these temperatures, over an inch. Now this is still 7 days away, guys, so let's go as far as accuracy, but you know that with freezing rain and ice, an inch, that would be a week or so of no power because of that. And most of it will be ice. This is for the ice. I'll put the link in the description. That way you can go click on it. You can click here, go to local, and click on your local section of Texas, because Texas has a bunch of different sections, because Texas is big. But once again, this is 180 hours away. This is 7 days away. Still need more updates to confirm this. I'd feel way better if this was on the Euro and the American model. And I did check to see what's trending, okay? But GFS is picking up a lot. We're talking about Abilene, over an inch of ice. Major power outages. And if y'all follow the power outages we had from the storm we just had, it was like a Christmas show. It was just orange and reds and just blinking all the way from Midwest, the Ohio Valley, then up to the Northeast. It just knocked out power everywhere. Now I checked with the Euro. The Euro is not showing much at all. Check with the Canadian. The Canadian is agreeing with the Euro. But when I checked the blend of models, and it shows a little bit of all models, because when they make a model, they put a little bit of data, see what it's going to do. This model, they change the data a little bit, see what it's going to do. So all the models, they take a little bit of each. It's picking up some ice. So we do need to stay on top of this and see what the truth of this will be. Now, when I check the North Atlantic Oscillation, which lets us know if we have a high ridge or a deep trough on the right half of our country, according to the Euro, you can see that right when we get that storm, it will go up on a high ridge on the 15th. It will pull right up to a high ridge, just like what we just had, guy, and intensify that storm. Then after that, it starts going into a deep trough, all the way down to almost a -3 by the Euro. This will go into the south and southeast. When I check the AO, the Arctic Oscillation, see how much cold air is coming down with it. According to the Euro, it's not bringing too much cold air with it. That's why it's not showing that snow or that ice. But when I check the EPO, the East Pacific Oscillation, lets us know if we're on a high ridge or a deep trough on the left side of our country. It is confirming that right when we go into the 20th, it's going to go down into a deep trough. So the upper level low with that cold air is coming to the southwest. And this is by both models. The NAO, the high ridge or deep trough on the right side of the country, according to GFS, does show a very high ridge from the 15th to 16th on the next storm. This is confirmed by both models, guys. And then it does slowly drag down to a deep trough. It don't have it by the 21st or 22nd. It has it around Christmas time in the 26th, going all the way down to a -4 deep into our country. When you check with the AO, the cold air, according to the GFS, it confirms that around the 20th is not going to be that much of cold air, just like the Euro. But once again, Euro is showing 6 hours later, so this is a daytime heating issue. GFS shows that this ice and this snow will form overnight. Euro shows that it'll be daytime heating when this storm comes up, and it won't have time. But once again, according to GFS, cold air is coming with that deep trough on the 26th. And when you look at the EPO, the left side of our country, according to GFS, it confirms also that as we go into the 20th and 21st, this upper level low will be on the southwest of our country with that cold pocket of air. So we need to stay updated on this. This is a timing issue on whether this actually turns into anything for Texas. And when you look at the MJO, the Madden-Julian Oscillation, you can see with the Euro that it's showing right around the 20th and 22nd. It does somewhat go towards our south of our country. It's not super south, but you can see that right around the 24th and 26th, as it gets to the center of the U.S., that it starts going up on a ridge and not a trough. For those that don't know, 7 is your west coast. The center line right here is the center of the U.S. And this right here, this 8 is your east coast. And this line right here is your MDR, your main development region for our tropical activity. Now, when you check the Madden-Julian Oscillation according to the GFS, GFS confirms that it will do a curve around the center of the U.S., not super deep. The GEFS, the high resolution GFS, shows that it could be a super punch deep south. So we do need to alert this. We do need to stay up to date on this, because this would be a major power outage event, not to mention all the severe weather that's going to happen before this. Now you can see here as we get to 1 o'clock in the morning on the 15th that we start getting some strong Cape values that goes all the way up to the central U.S. And if you see that big stretch right there, if you remember before, we had the greens and the yellows. The blues is indicative of thunderstorms, but these greens and yellows going all the way up. This is very high dew points, bringing all this instability, and this is bringing your chances for tornadoes, guys. And if you remember last time we showed this, this is what it showed one day. The next day we had the reds and the purples and the strong tornado perimeters. So it's still a few days away. I expect this to get even stronger and see those colors again. Please get prepared for this next storm. Both models are showing it is coming. And it goes all the way into Canada. Look at that big, strong yellow and green section right there of instability, of Cape values that goes all the way into Canada. These storms will go way up with all these warm temperatures on the east side of it, freezing cold temperatures and snowfall on the west side of it. And you can see with the daytime heating how all these Cape values just punch up in the afternoon all the way from noon, 3 p.m., 6 p.m., and 9 p.m. It just continues to go all the way into Canada for midnight. This is going to be a long duration event again. So I hope all you people that live stream, thank you so much for the live stream. You help save a lot of lives. I hope you get your rest because it looks like you have another long night ahead of you. So God bless you for what you do. All of us over here on YouTube, all of us weather people, we try our hardest to inform y'all as often as we can. I really hope that y'all heed these warnings because this shows a lot of potential, guys, for another multi-day event. Now, the thunderstorms, it shows that you get a lot of lightning flashes around 6 p.m. as it gets towards the Midwest. Really strong for Iowa. As you go into midnight, you got it going for Oklahoma as well. But now you're going way up into Canada, northern Michigan, Wisconsin, with a lot of lightning storms. This thing's probably going right over me. As you go in the morning for Thursday, then you have it for Missouri, Arkansas, Oklahoma. And then it will spread again with the daytime heating going all the way into Michigan with a lot of thunderstorms, bringing a lot of lightning. And then by 6 p.m. on Thursday, you still have this big line of storms going down. And then by midnight on Friday, you still have it for Arkansas, northern Mississippi, Oklahoma, and it hangs around all night long. Then after 6 p.m. on Friday, it drags to the south and the southeast. So far, it's showing a lot of thunderstorms for Alabama before it goes away. Now, when we look at the 500 millibars to see what kind of winds this is bringing, it's still a little too far away to get some better data. But you can see it does get strong. Right as you get going at 9 a.m. on Wednesday on the 15th, then it strengthens up by 3 p.m. Some very strong damaging winds by 9 p.m. on Wednesday, then by 3 a.m. on Thursday. This carries all the way into Canada with damaging winds, guys. This is going to be a strong system again. So far, the next 5 days, the Euro shows that it is bringing some damaging winds, especially for Arizona, New Mexico. That orange is 50, the red is 60s, that brown is 70s, and this white right here is 80s. This red you see right here is 90s and 100. You can see that down here. The max is 108. You're going to get 70 and 80 miles per hour winds after that for Colorado, Kansas, Nebraska. Then you're getting 50 to 60 miles per hour winds for Iowa, southern Minnesota, 50 miles per hour winds for Wisconsin. Then it goes up towards Canada and northern Michigan. Intercoastal Northeast, maybe some 50 miles per hour winds. This is going to be a bad system right there. It's been showing over 100 for 4 days in a row now. GFS takes it even widespread. It don't show the over 100, but it does show 70 and 80. 80 is light brown, but look, high 70 miles per hour damaging winds all the way from Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, Panhandle, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, even Wisconsin, even into northern Michigan. You're getting 70 miles per hour wind gusts coming with this. This is going to be a land hurricane, guys. But so far, it does show a deep trough, and this is 500 millibar absolute vorticity, and it does scoop up right over Denver. It does affect Kansas and Nebraska, and it stays strong, especially for Iowa. It re-strengthens southern Minnesota, northern Wisconsin, and then it goes into Canada, a strong storm, guys. Then we get that upper level low. It's going to hover over the southwest. It does have that cold air pocket with a chance to be bringing that next line of storms, possible snowfall, possible ice for Texas. Please share this video on social media, guys. I can't ask you enough. We don't need another event just like what we just had yesterday. Yesterday was horrible. It's the worst we've seen in a long time. Worst that state's ever seen, I believe. Psalm 16. Preserve me, O God, for in thee do I put my trust. O my soul, thou hast said unto the Lord, Thou art my Lord. My goodness extendeth not to thee, but to the saints that are in the earth, and to the excellent in whom is all my delight. Their sorrows shall be multiplied that hasten after another God. Their drink offerings of blood will I not offer, nor take up their names into my lips. The Lord is the portion of mine inheritance and of my cup. Thou maintainest my lot. The lines are fallen unto me in pleasant places. Yes, I have a goodly heritage. I will bless the Lord, who hath given me counsel. My reins also instruct me in the night seasons. I have set the Lord always before me, because he is at my right hand. I shall not be moved. Therefore my heart is glad, and my glory rejoiceth. My flesh also shall rest in hope. For thou wilt not leave my soul in hell, neither wilt thou suffer thine Holy One to see corruption. Thou wilt show me the path of life. In thy presence is fullness of joy. In thy right hand there are pleasures forevermore. Amen. Thank you again for visiting my channel today. I do hope you all have a very blessed day. Thank you for all of you that subbed, although this was one storm I was hoping that I was not right on. God bless all of you going through that. I know it's a lot. All power, all glory does go to Yahweh, God of Jacob, our Father. And he will protect us. Amen. Hallelujah, guys. Have a very blessed Sunday. Please share the video.